Alright guys, so in the previous video we have seen error logging. Well, error logging is very important, and but the problem is it will log only errors and warnings. So this was a code which we have seen in the previous video. If you have not watched the video, I will put a link somewhere here so you can watch that. It's nice to see that video. I opened Firefox by mistake. Okay, so we've seen how we can log errors in PHP, but we should be logging more than just the errors. For example, suppose we want to track what the user is trying to do, like for some statistics or whatever. Like we need data, and okay, so what happens is, like, suppose you want to track what user is trying to do. For example, they are in the um, login screen, then after that they went to the dashboard, and then from there they're going somewhere else. So we should be logging what the user is trying to do or something like that. It will help us, maybe it will give us some insight about what the user is trying to do before leaving. Yeah, so we need to log, and so I will tell you how we can log. Okay, how we can create a log. um the way we have to do that is a bit different from the error logging code, which is this. Yeah, so okay, one thing I forgot to mention is there are three types of errors which PHP generates. One is notice, which is just a notice, I think, and then there is warning, and then there is fatal error. So yeah, you can check them in the PHP documentation. I think I'm correct. This notice, warning, fatal error. Okay, so for this section what we can do is we can use we can we can remake the wheel. We can recreate the wheel, and we can do something which we can write a code which will help us log in a text file or any other file. Basically the approach would be like to get a file, to open the file, to get all the contents of the file, and then or like more appropriately to append to the existing file some text. This is what logging means. And the text will contain the date, the date and time, and all these things, and then some log messages. We can do that, but what you have to understand is, like, there is no need for recreating the wheel every time. PHP has an awesome community, and we should take advantage of what we already have. Well, what I'm talking about is we can use Composer. Um, Composer gives us, if you don't know what Composer is, probably you should check it out. Composer, not logging, Composer. Yes, we'll be using that, but for now, Composer. So Composer is like the npm of PHP. Is how I like to think of it. So Composer, and this is a website, getcomposer.org. Dependency manager for PHP. Well, Composer gives us a lot of libraries, and which we can use in our code. This is open source and maintained by the community. You can see how many downloads are there, like what is the how is the usage, what is the usage, and everything is there. So we can use that instead of making our own thing. And this is probably um, what is used in the actual production systems. Like if you have checked code, for example, like some API code from Google, uh, support a code from a lot of languages like JavaScript, Python, PHP. If you have checked that, there is always a composer thing there, composer.json, and we have to install that. So they use Composer. Everyone uses Composer in production, so we should also use Composer. So the module, or what should I say, um, the package of Composer which we are going to be using is Monolog. Now Monolog I'll show you this thing in just a bit. Yeah, so this is a package list. Packagelist.org is literally called the package list. So if you type here Monolog, you will get the first result. Monolog is just see the number of installs. This is the number of installs. So Monolog is a stable library and it's pretty popular. And you can see the requirements. So PHP 5.3 is good enough. The PHP in my server is less than 5.5. Yeah, actually 5.4. So it will work. So there may be some well, these are things which we don't really pay attention when you're learning some languages, but the thing is there will be some web servers of your clients or your web server maybe which has an old PHP installed. Like sometimes your clients may not upgrade their PHP web servers for some reason, and so okay, it's sound. Yeah, sound is okay. So that what I'm trying to say is you must see the PHP version. Like we should be paying attention to these details when you're getting more experienced. So okay, the PHP 5.3 is good enough. Almost all the web servers use PHP 5.3 these days. So this is Monolog. You can see the documentation here from GitHub. I already opened the documentation here actually, so there's no need for this one. So this is installation. So as you can see, install latest version with composer require monologue slash monologue. So we're just going to copy this thing and paste it in our command prompt. If you're using Linux, it's really better. But so the first thing is you should install composer. If you do not know, if you composer not installed, do that first and then do this. Okay, just one more time, just gonna check. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna take some time probably, so let's have this awkward silence. Okay, it's getting awkward. Yeah, it takes some time, I know. um but it will work. Okay, the one thing I should be saying while you're waiting is there will be two files which are generated, composer.json and composer.log. The advantage of using composer is suppose there is a update in your what is called in the package. Suppose this is updated monologue. So when you are giving a software to your client, when you're giving software to your client when you're giving software to your client, instead of you have to manually update the uh, package yourself, what you will tell your client is to run composer there, and it will automatically get the latest version. So this is really advantage. This is why monologue is actually used. So we're going to open the folder, and as you can see there are few files created: composer.json, composer.log, and vendor has monologue here, and there's this file called autoload.php. So if we include this file autoload.php, I should say require, we should, if we, because I believe in require more than include. So if we have to require this file autoload.php to use the monologue library, and I will show you this in a moment here. So yeah, so let's open this composer or JSON here and see what is written here. It says require monologue slash monologue and greater than version 1.23. So yeah, this will do. So now if I delete this folder here of monologue, and if I run the composer here, the composer command, I don't really know, but composer install, I think. Yeah, it's most probably composer install, and uh, the command is there in the website, so you don't really need to memorize it, or just with documentation maybe. So wait, this is the installer. download. No, not this one. You should check the documentation. Yeah, basic usage. uh um just one sec. Okay, if you do PHP, no, don't PHP. Composer install should do the thing actually. Okay. The thing is, I will show this in a later video maybe. I can't find at this moment. Let's do something. Composer install. I think this is a command. I did not check it actually. Yeah. So nothing to install or update generating autoload files. So if I am courageous enough to delete this, if I delete this and if I run this again, then yeah. So the thing is, if we delete this and if we run this composer install, it will automatically get the package from the internet and it will save us a lot of headache. So here Monolog is here again. So yeah, I was right, it is composer install. Okay, so now let's get back. Let's go to the documentation of Monolog and see. So the basic usage is PHP. We need to use this is a class, I think. Yeah, this is a class, and this is the object new logger name. Okay. One thing which they have not said here is, I think they should have said, we have to first call autoload.php. So but I think they think that it is probably very trivial, so they did not say it maybe. So okay, first the let's make the um, log file. So let's save it, log.txt. And now here let's do the thing like what I said was you have to require that file or autoload.php. So we should do that for the first thing. If we don't do that, we cannot use the Monolog packages. So require and in the previous video which you have not watched, you should watch, because there I explained the importance of relative path, and there are a few errors if we use uh, this path like dot slash and whatever. So there's a problem with that, and we should use this method. I explained this in the previous video, so you should probably watch that. Dot okay, no, yeah, it is the same folder, so no problem. So it's log.txt. So no, what am I doing, okay. So require dir name file, and then what we have to require is actually autoload.php. So vendor slash autoload.php, and it is here autoload.php. So display error, let's set it to 1 here because otherwise we cannot see the errors ourselves. And let's remove this line because we don't want to generate errors at this moment. Okay, so requiring this file, not include, require, because I believe in require more than include. And then let's print some line here just for the sake of it, so that we understand that our thing is getting executed. So h1 and index.php. So let's, if we, okay, so yeah, the require is getting all executed. And now let's copy paste this thing because we'll be using it. uh, okay. Okay, so if we paste this here and do some formatting, and then okay, I will explain this thing actually. So use monolog slash logger. This there's a class called monolog, and there is a class called logger, and then these are all classes, I think. And after we include these classes, we are creating object called log with whenever you see the new keyword, we means we are instantiating an object, and this is the parameter. This will be the name. We'll see that when you see the actual demo. Okay, so we are creating an object here, and then this is a method of log push handler, new stream handler, path to your log file. So path to my log file is slash log.txt, and but first we have to do this one again. This is important. So there's a lot of problem here we have faced because of this, and I just have to keep stressing on this why it's important. Okay, so let's see if there are any errors here. There should not be. There is none, as expected. Okay, now after creating this object, we can use this object to actually log something, and the method is written here. Add records to your log. Okay, this is creating a log channel, but this is actually class and object. They are calling it channel, but it's actually class and object. So we're using this object to fire these methods. um, Log.warning, log.error. Log not, it's not dot, it's object. So yeah, okay, so let's run this and see what happens. Oh my god, what did you say? Date time default, you know, say United System time zone required is date time. Okay, 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 okay. So if you see the errors, every single error is about the date time. So I think I should probably say the date time right now, which I did not do in the previous video. So this is a log.txt, and this is the error log.txt. In the error log, as you can see here, this is 8 Jan, that's today. In this you can see here, like, everything is written here. The warning, add record, in the add record thing, add record, what I'm saying thing, in the add record function, um, date date default time get. So this is the thing, this is getting everything is written here. And in the log text, so let's see this thing. This is the date, this is the time, this is you should probably set the time. I will use that right now. This is name. From where this name coming? The name is coming from here. If we created a logger with name in a me, instead of this, we, if you write our name, codeworks, it will be written with codeworks. So name, then warning. Why warning? Warning because first method we called was warning, second one was error. So first warning, then error, then the text. Then there's two arrays which are empty, which we do not really need at this moment. So if you don't need it, no point in doing that. Okay, so there's one more thing which we can do here is, instead of error we can write info. So info bar bar. Okay, there's a joke here. So if you know what I'm trying to say, have a laugh. Otherwise, okay. So okay, first we have to set the time zone. It's really getting a pain in the so set underscore time zone. This is a command, I guess, or not. Nope. So let's check it. PHP set time zone. So there's a manual here. You can use the PHP manual. What was the command? Date default time zone set. Okay, this was the command. This was the command. Okay, so date default time zone set, and The parameter is Asia slash Kolkata. I hope I get this right this time. Yes, I got it right. So I got it right. I am usually very bad at remembering commands because we have this awesome PHP documentation, and I don't really find the need why should be remembering commands. That's that's what I don't really believe in. So yeah, so I don't really remember commands, but yeah, this time I remember. So this file has been changed, of course. We have run the file again. We have executed the three logging commands, and here, uh, apparently info is not here. Now, why is that? Why is that? Okay, so if we jump to this page, um, logger debug. If we just copy, if we just 1 second down, oops, quick heal, come on, push handler. The push handler we have done. Logger debug, because it's written here logger debug, and this is actually this is a thing like this means like we cannot create object of this. This is a constant. I don't know why I'm talking about class and object here. It's some tutorial of class and object in PHP. So logger push handler, we need to use this first. Copy this line. Okay, what I'm trying to do is I'm this info is supported. So let's see why this is not working at this moment. Okay, so let's refresh the page and let's see. Variable, undefined variable logger. Okay, of course, it's log, not logger. Log, log. Okay, and yeah, so this is the thing. It was because of logger debug. There are apparently few things here. It's debug, detailed debug information, info, interesting events, example user logs, SQL logs. Notice, okay, these are the Monolog supported logging levels, but not PHP logging levels. So let's see PHP logging levels. I don't think it will be written here actually. Not this one. I'm trying to. There are three actually in PHP. Let's see this one. If it's not there, then I'm just gonna skip it now. It's not here. This is not what I'm trying to find actually. I've seen that the last time. This is not this one. Okay, I'm just gonna read that out because I have that page opened in my um, mobile phone and also read it out. I'm just gonna put the link to this website maybe. It is from codemender.io blog, PHP interview questions, sample answer. So I was reading this thing yesterday and it's written here actually. Oops. So I'm going to open this page here again and I'm going to tell you exactly what the three logging levels are. So this was a problem actually. We had to put logger debug, which we did not do that. This is not there in the first documentation, and then like we can use warning, error and info, which is better actually. See, warning, error and info. So if I refresh this page again, I can see three more. So we can basically put anything in the in this, like we can put anything here and it will get logged. So this is a very nice thing actually. So what if, let's get really bold here, and what if we do something like server? Let's log the entire server, or like we'll get some error maybe. Let's see if it's this. Yeah, array to string conversion, of course. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Array to string, because it's an array. So let's do print r. And now let's refresh. Yeah. Oh, we're not getting that. Okay, so this is interesting. So what we can do is we can do something like implode, and then the first parameter of implode is new line, and the second parameter is the array. So refresh this and check. Yeah, so this is it. So what the implode function does is splits an array with a delimiter, and it doesn't split with a delimiter. Like it combines an array with a delimiter here. Now the delimiter here is /n. You can do anything here. You can even put a space, but it's probably better to put /n because it's a new line. And yeah, so you can log anything actually. So if it's an array, like use implode. Like implode and explode are really important, really um, um, useful functions in PHP, and I use them a lot. So you can see you can log anything and everything. It's probably best not to log server message like entire server, because yeah, because the log will get really huge, and there's something known as noisy logging, which you should not do. Actually, noisy logging means you're logging something, but then it has a lot of noise from the actual thing we should be logging. So you should avoid that. No noise logging. So this is all for this video. Okay, as I promised, the 3 logging levels of PHP. I've opened the page here. Let's just find this question real quick. Okay, this is the in PHP there are 3 main type of errors: notice, warning, fatal. So notice means simple non-critical errors that occur during the script execution. An example of a notice would be accessing an undefined variable. Warning: more important errors than notice. However, the script continue the execution. An example would be include a file that does not exist. Fatal: this type of error causes a termination of the script execution when it occurs. An example of fatal error would be accessing a property of a non-existent object or require a non-existent file. So error types, the author says understanding the error types is very important, as they help developers understand what is going on during the development and what to look out for during debugging. So yeah, this is actually true. And to look at what is happening at debugging, you should log the errors. So to log the errors, there is in the previous video, this said about 3 or 4 times in this video. Okay, this is error log, which will log everything, and then for the our log, this is the log file. So this is all for this video. If you like it, do give it a thumbs up, and see you guys next time. And yeah, to learn composer, it's really useful. So yeah, I'll go right now. I'll go off.